in the boat is drowning, you know. The first thing a human being he think is about saving himself. That is a normal thing. But if you are a person who believe you are saved, why you are worrying about saving yourself only? You are saved. You are a true believer, right? So if you are a true believer, and we're talking about the ship is our life in this earth, you will not concentrate in yourself to save yourself, because supposedly you are saved, you are following the teaching, you are a believer. A true believer, his job in this life is to be a rescuer, not a person who saved himself. That stage is over. You saved yourself. Now you keep maintaining yourself to be saved by following the book, the teaching, the love of God, and by his grace you will be in his heaven. Your mission is to bring others, and you can do that in a not necessarily by quoting the Bible. You can bring people to Christ by being helpful, friendly, invite them to the church, invite them to his Bible study groups. Somebody need help, you have to show the love of Christ in your face. So the person who don't want to listen to you, or he is not he's not accepting even to believe in God, he will listen because he saw something unique about you. He did not see it in other faces. The way you treat, the way you do, how you are not selfish, that will make you unique. So when we compare between churches, I advise you to stay away from this, this business. Which church is better? I believe there's no church is better than any, except if the man of God who is serving this church is really, really, truly a man of God. He's not seeking money. He's not seeking authority. He is seeking God, seeking serving, and bringing more people to Christ. Anything else is not from God. Stay away from it. All right? For me, when I talk to people, I don't ask them really if you are Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox. Actually, I believe this is a stupid question. Very stupid. I will listen to the person because the majority of the people don't even know what those words mean. Like, how many of the Catholic know what Catholic mean and what does that mean? What is the teaching? How many of the Orthodox, they knew what does that mean? Oh, well, they know we are Catholic, we are Orthodox, and we learned that the Catholic are wrong and the Orthodox is right, and vice versa. And then you end with a bunch of food, like the Muslims, Abduls, a bunch of Abduls. Each one of them, he think he is the one who have the keys for heaven. Can a woman lead a church? Not to lead a church, but she can teach. She can teach women. She can actually the mother, she is the best teacher for her children. The man will be at work, busy all day long. The women, she will spend most time with her kids. This is the first school, the most important school in life. Your son, he go to the garden of the neighbors, he steal an apple. If you have a good woman, a good teacher, she will tell him, shame on you. Go give it back. Never do that again. If you have a wife, she is a whore, she will say, yeah, go and get more. He will go, she's just created a thief. So a woman, she is very important in the church, in the term of education. But because of the nature of the society, and there's a risk for the women, and the man is the one in charge of the house, and in front, he is the one who presents the house in the society too. The women, she have a duty, very important duty, extremely heavy duty, not only just important, to teach her children so they will not be deceived, they will not be lied to. And then the church, she can go to the church, but the church should be led by a man. And there is many reasons for that, but if there is women who they are wise, and even maybe some of them they are wiser than men, yes, there is. Some they can speak even better than many men. Yes, there is. So they can teach. They can teach. They can preach the gospel. They can bring people to Christ. Who can say no? We just said a second ago, we should go and bring. So the world did change. Women in the time of the disciples, they are, it's a society, a locked down society. Like this is a society of men. Women, there's no job for women. I mean, there's no women she work outside actually. If they have a field, she do farming, I mean, it's not like now. There's different story here, different time, different. We are talking about 2,000 years after. So if the woman she can prove that she is qualified to teach, she can teach. But in my point of view, the women she should teach women. She can make a seminar to teach everybody, to listen, people listen. Like even the Bible says that the man should be teaching, not the women, right? So this is biblical. This is the correct way. But if a woman, she can bring people to Christ, like we see some example in the Bible how women having a very important roles in the New Testament and the Old Testament. Like even there's women who they are judges, judge. So there is some, they might be given a gift from God, and God he gave them a mission in their life. If they can bring people to Christ, that is wonderful. More important than saying, oh, she is just a woman. However, the woman, she should be smart, should not be involved. Like I heard a story, a woman, a nun, Catholic nun, she went to go to jail in the Philippines to help the prisoners. She got raped. One of the prisoners is a criminal, filthy criminal. He raped her. This is what happened when you are out of wisdom. Why you go there? Sure, you are a female, you are a woman, and you are young. You go to jail. This guy did not see women for many years. He's a criminal. He's a rapist. So a woman, she have a place in the church, and very important place. She is not less, she is not higher, because our Lord the Messiah himself is born through a woman, and this is a great honor for your mother and my mother and every woman in the world. All of us, we love Mary. The Bible call her the Blessed Mary. She's an amazing person, and none of us can say Mary is nobody, right? However, the women should be smart. I'm not going to accept, if I have a wife, to go and preach the gospel speaking to Muslims. Those are savage people. They can do harm to her. But if she have a place where respected people, they will listen, why not? Better than my wife going drinking coffee in Starbucks and smoking shisha like many trashy women these days. She is going to do an honorable work to preach the gospel of Jesus and bring people to Christ. So leading the church, the man should be leading a church, the same as the house led by the man. But she can preach and she can bring people to Christ as she wish. And the more she do, the better she is. And again, a good mother is a good society. Most of the children who end to be in jail because they have bad mothers. A mother, she was lousy, like the mother now is in the nightclub, her son is playing games. Or maybe he's in the street with other boys taking hashish, drugs. The mother is very important in the house. Extremely important. All right. So I advise you all, let us be Christian, not to be Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox. If there is any name better than the name of Christ to call yourself with, Do you know any name is better than his name? Me, myself, I do not know any other name. This is why I call the Christian Prince. You know, there's no other name. This is Imam al-Baqir, who created a flying elephant. This is one of the Shia's Imams. According to them, he is descendant from Muhammad, supposedly, but Muhammad don't have kids. But anyway, they claim that he created an elephant from the mud and he fly with it from Mecca to Medina. Sorry, from Medina to Mecca. Yeah, true story. This is Solomon, and in the top of his flying carpet. All right. This is Abdul when he come to debate me. This is Abdul after the debate. Just to give you an idea. Before, after. Do we have any Abdul in Discord? Anyone? Don't worry, that will not happen to you necessarily. I mean, you might be victorious. Allah is in your side. Right? By the way, Muslims, we found that Muhammad is in the Bible. Is that true? Muhammad in the Bible. The Muslims, they are so desperate to squeeze Muhammad anywhere. They keep making fun of the Bible, say this is corrupted book, and then suddenly they say to you Muhammad in the Bible. They have to squeeze him between the pages. Any Abdul want to squeeze Muhammad somewhere? No? All right. I mean, I'm so disappointed. I think you guys, you want to squeeze him somewhere. We have a Muslim actually in the chat, but I don't know why they are not coming. All right. All right, I think we have enough for today. As you see, we don't have customers. Not even a single customer today. Actually, I was saying to myself, Saturday, you know, there's no customers. Those Abdul, they are in the bars. You know, they are in nightclubs. They are smoking hashish. No, they come in the other days. You know, they come other days. What?
Oh, it's not charging.
What?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hi, CP. Yeah, I'm with the Muslim. So you could like maybe I was telling him about how the Hadith says that Jesus is going to come back to judge, and I was also talking about how what were we talking about just now?
Is he with you now?
Yeah, he stepped out of the room for a second, but my phone's on 1%, or else I'd take it with me. What
Yeah,
else?
your voice is cutting. If you can give him the phone, let him talk to me. Let us see.
He picked up. He picked up. I mean, Ramadan. He picked up. Pull up. So he's here now.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't think I heard the part about Jesus coming back and making judgment on people.
All right. But what do you think? Who is going to be the judge? Who is the
Allah.
okay? The judge is Allah. Like the judge who do perfect judgment. Is there any person or only Allah?
Only Allah on the day of judgment.
But why you are saying only Allah? Like I can't be the judge, me myself.
No. I mean, you can make a judgment if you want, but only Allah can truly judge you.
No, I mean, I cannot be a perfect judge, like justice, just. Only God can be. Only Allah.
Yeah, only Allah. I mean, like I said, if you want to make a judgment, you can, but the only person who could make a valid judgment on you
All
is
right.
Allah.
So why the Hadith says, your Prophet says, that the Messiah will come in the day of judgment, and he will be an absolute justice. He will judge, and he's absolute. He's an
So
absolute.
you're saying he's judging people directly
Yeah.
and deciding if they go to heaven or hell.
It doesn't say. It says absolute just and justice judge. Do you see my screen?
But
Do you see my?
he's deciding if they go
Oh,
to heaven or hell. He's making the judgment.
no, it doesn't say in the Hadith who will go to heaven, who will go to hell. But
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Only Allah
no,
judge you and
but a second ago I
decide.
said, can I be a judge? I'm not talking about being judged in the judgment day, but can I be a just judge? There's no just human being, correct? Because a human being cannot be just, because he's judged by his
It
knowledge.
sounds like you're saying if you can pass judgment. I mean, technically, yeah, anyone can pass judgment, but does your judgment determine who goes to heaven or hell? No.
No, let us say a human being, when he judge, he have to judge by his knowledge, correct?
Which is part of the reason why I'm saying you can't make a proper judgment. Only Allah knows
Thank you.
and knows all.
See,
So only He can make a proper judgment.
we are getting closer now. So according to the hadith, you can see my screen right now. It says that the only one who will be doing a perfect justice as a judge is Jesus. You just said a human being cannot make a proper justice. And I agree with you, because I am limited in knowledge. I have to go by what people say. If there is somebody have two witnesses, witness other against someone else, I have no choice except to take what they say. But they might be both lying. But that cannot work with God, because God, he knew what they did, and they cannot hide the truth. So when you're a prophet, he says that the Messiah will come in the day of judgment, and he will be an absolute judge and justice. How you explain that to me?
I'm not seeing that. Where did He say that? On the day of judgment, you stand in front of Allah, and you answer for all you answer for all your sins, and then He passes judgment based off of your sins and your good deeds,
All
whether
right.
or not you go to heaven or hell.
Okay. This is a hadith here about your prophet speaking about Isa. Can you read it for me? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Can you read it, please?
Really cheesy. I'm a little fucked up. It's okay. It's okay.
It says, the hour will not begin until Isa bin Myram comes down as a just judge and just ruler. He will break the cross, kill the pigs, and abolish the jizya, and wealth will become so abundant that no one will accept it.
All right. So is he a just judge or he is not?
I'm not really sure what my friend said, but what I was trying to explain to him is that the person who judges you on the day of judgment to determine whether you go to heaven or hell is Allah. No one, Jesus doesn't judge you. No other prophets judge you. Allah is the one who passes that judgment on that day.
So Jesus,
Is
so Jesus will be judging what then, and why he is just? You just said to me a few minutes ago that a human being cannot make a proper justice, correct? Judgment.
That's correct. So are you saying that in your teachings you did not learn you learned something different? For
No.
the day of judgment, it's not Allah judging you. You're mentioning this hadith, which I see it, but that doesn't that hadith, even if it's saying that he's being a judge, it's not saying that he's the one who's deciding on the day of judgment
All right.
whether you go to heaven or hell.
Let,
If from the Quran you learn that that's Allah who makes that judgment on at the end. No one else can make that judgment.
I will go with you. The nature of a human being that he do mistakes and he do sin. Do we agree?
Yes, but so is
So
that not what you've learned it from your teachings of Islam
yeah, this is what
about the day?
no, but what I learned now that Jesus will be a just judge. So how he is going to be just as a judge, yet we agreed, me and you, that a human being make mistakes and do sin. I cannot be perfect judge if me myself is going to be facing judgment. Judge who is going to be judged, obviously he is not a perfect human being, and he is going to face the judgment day because himself is going to be judged. So why Jesus in the day of judgment? This is just a sign of the day of judgment. In that day, the Messiah will be the ruler of the whole world, and he will be a just judge for the whole world. This is not about
It
just for
doesn't say that's not saying on the day of judgment here.
no, this is about the day of judgment. Read carefully. This is here, the chapter, a chapter of tribulation of Dajjal, the emergence of Isa ibn Maryam, and the emergence of Gog and Magog. So the
No,
Messiah will,
after this, there's a separate there's a day of judgment where every human being has to go in front of Allah and they have to answer
no
for their
problem.
sins.
No, we are not
And
saying
that's where they get judged.
that is called the hour, not a day. This is the hour. So, but let us say the day is 24 hours, and Jesus, he came, let us say, a month before that day you are talking about, a month, 10 years before, no problem. But we agreed that a person who is a human being, he cannot make a proper judgment because he's a human being. He make mistakes. So when we describe him as just judge, how he can do that if he is just a human being? In order for me to judge in a just, in just way, first I have to have knowledge nobody have about every person in front of me. So the Messiah will be judging every human being. Every human being. He will rule the whole world. How he can do that? It has to be
I
perfect.
mean, I'm not really familiar with that hadith, but
All right. Is your prophet
I'm
just?
what?
Is your prophet Muhammad a just person?
Yeah, but even still, like I said, we only believe that Allah can truly pass judgment on you. Not
No,
none of
no.
we don't
I'm
even
not. I'm
believe.
not. I'm not talking about the day of judgment now. Is your prophet a just person? He just. If he speak to people, he will be just with them. He will be fair.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no.
everything you're saying, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if my friend gave you maybe a different question. The only thing I was trying to explain to him is that the only person that can decide whether you go to heaven or hell is Allah. Do you agree upon that or you don't?
We don't believe in Allah anyway. Allah is not a God for us. We believe Allah.
Okay.
We believe Allah is a false God. But this is your prophet. Your prophet. He
I
keep beating.
mean,
He,
I don't think we're talking about the same religion because he doesn't, at least not the same
for
beliefs
sure,
as
for
one
sure.
of
We
us.
don't have the same religion. We don't believe in the same
Yeah,
thing. You know, we you
yeah.
you, be- you believe in Allah. We
How
don't
how do
believe in
you
Allah.
still want to argue?
But look, the Messiah. We confirm from the Hadith that
How come you still want to?
the Messiah is a just person. You're a prophet. He can't even be nice, and he beat
He's about
people.
to show you where
He
Muhammad was unjust.
beat people unjustly. He beat them. He beat them. He harmed people. Look, Muhammad. People they come to him. He beat them. He whipped them. He cursed them. He used bad language. And then he said, people they start questioning his behavior. So he said, "Oh Allah, I am a human being, and for any person among the Muslims upon whom I hurl medication or invoke curse or give him a whipping, he's whipping people, make it a source of purity and mercy." Is that an act of justice? The hadith says no. He is saying it clearly that this act is not a just act. Read carefully the title. Do you see the title? Chapter, whoever I cursed, reviled, or prayed against by the prophet when he does not deserve that. So what Muhammad do? He is beating people, he is cursing people, he is hurting people, he is whipping them with the whip, and those people don't deserve that. So if we have Muhammad, he do that, and we have Jesus is the perfect judge. And according to Muslims, Muhammad is the most beloved person to Allah, and he is the best of mankind. So why the best of mankind? He is abusing, misusing the power is given to him supposedly by his God as a prophet to beat people, to harm people, to whip people, to curse unjustly. In the same time,
Well,
the Messiah
what I would
is a
what I would
perfect
say
God.
to that is, for one, I would have to fact check all this information. I'm not really sure of the validity, but
Oh,
even if it was valid, Muhammad, if he did do these acts, he would have to answer for them on the day of judgment himself.
okay,
So
wonderful,
even if
wonderful,
he was unjust, it's not like it just goes away freely. He still has to answer for his sins.
wonderful. We are getting closer, me and you. So the Messiah will not answer for his sin because he never did sin. Muhammad, he have to answer for his sin. So who is the one you should follow? Muhammad, you said, by the way, validity, this is Sahih Muslim, this is very authentic. As you see, this is the reference. I can give you the link. You can click at them and you can save them, and you can take them to your sheikh if you case you want. You know, we don't make things up here. Anything we show you on the screen, we show you the reference, we show you the numbers, and this is your Islamic website, and this is your Islamic translation. In fact, the translation here is not accurate because here it says in Arabic, حكما مقسطا. المقسط, Muqsit is one of Allah titles. One of Allah titles is Muqsit. So how the Messiah become the Muqsit, the absolute judge and justice? How you can do that? In order to do that, you have to have the power of God, the knowledge of God, and the wisdom of God. A human being cannot do that because simply a human being do mistake. A human being is not is a sinner. As you see, Muhammad himself, he beat people unjustly. He whipped them, he cursed them, he called them names, he said filthy language to them, he harmed them. Why you want to do that if he's a prophet of God? And why the Messiah never do that? Why he's the perfect judge? And why he's coming in the day of judgment? Why not Muhammad? If Muhammad is the final prophet, then Muhammad should come back. But based on this, obviously the final one to come is Jesus, not Muhammad. And when Shaitan, according to Muhammad, the Dajjal, which is present the Shaitan, he will come claiming to be the Messiah. But by claiming to be the Messiah, he claimed to be God. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That means the Messiah must be God. Look what your prophet said about the Dajjal. He said when the Dajjal come, he is warning the Muslims about how the false Messiah looked like. He told them the following description, but the most important said to them, if you think I told you so much about Allah, about the Dajjal, you should know that your Lord is not one-eyed. So your prophet described the false Messiah with all this description, saying that he is the Antichrist, is short, hand-toed, woolly-haired, one-eyed, and an eye sightless, neither protruding nor deep-seated. If you are confused about him, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. So who is your Lord? Who is your Lord here?
That's basically saying that the Dajjal is not our Lord. I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
The Dajjal is not your Lord, correct?
Correct. When he
Okay,
comes back, first he will try to impersonate the Messiah, and then
exactly.
he'll try to trick people into thinking that he's God.
Wonderful. But look, if he is claiming to be the Messiah, then why Muhammad saying to them, you should know that he is your not your God? So he's not,
Because he'll also pretend to be God too.
huh?
Once he comes and people start seeing the stuff that he could do, he'll
No, no,
try to
no.
pretend that
He
he's
is
God as
saying, no,
well.
no. He is saying, I am the Messiah. He's not saying I'm, he's saying, you said to me, he is trying to impersonate the Messiah, correct?
Well, at first it's the Messiah, and then later on he tries to
No, 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 no,
impersonate
no,
being
nowhere it
God.
says that. No. He said, I am the Messiah. That's why they call him. In fact, in Arabic, it doesn't say Antichrist. It says Al-Masih al-Dajjal, which means the Messiah, the liar. So he will claim to be the Messiah. He's not claiming to be anyone else. So why he's afraid? Why Muhammad is afraid that the Messiah, the Muslim, they might think that he is Allah. If the Messiah is a man, and according to many Muslims, they say Allah isn't a man. What the difference between the false Messiah and Allah? There is only one thing, the eye. Muhammad described, he says, the false Messiah is short, etc. He described his hair, and then he says one eye is sightless. He have two eyes. One of them he cannot see with it. Doesn't work. If you are confused about your Lord, you should know that your Lord is not one-eyed. So what the difference between the false Messiah and Allah? One eye. Is Allah is a man or not?
You're misinterpreting it. That's not what it's saying. What it's saying is that you'll know it's him, that he's the Dajjal, because he'll only have one eye.
That's not true. Because your prophet says, if you are confused about him, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. See, if this is
Well,
the, if
like I was trying to explain to my friend Chuzi here, the interpretation makes a big difference. And, I'm not sure where you've learned the interpretation of these. That can be interpreted different ways. You're trying to interpret it to make it seem like it's a statement describing
no, no,
God,
I want you
but
to
it's
give
actually a
me the
statement
interpretation.
describing the Dajjal, saying that the Dajjal will be one-eyed. So
Now,
this is what I was trying to explain. It depends on the interpretation. This is why you can't learn this from a
give
book.
me,
This has to be
my friend.
passed down from people who have had the
Yeah,
proper teaching.
all right. Give me the interpretation for the line I'm highlighting for you. Go ahead, I'm listening. If you are confused about him who? The false Messiah, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. What is the connection? The guy he claimed to be the
It
Messiah.
The way that you should interpret it is the way that you will not get fooled into believing that this is the false Messiah, or if someone claiming to be God, is because he'll have one eye. It
Thank you.
depends on in our religion, the way we believe, it depends on your faith. If you're someone who has strong faith, you'll be able to clearly see him with one eye. But if you're someone who's weak in faith, you won't really be able to see that he only has one eye.
No, you are making things up. It's not in the story now. You are adding your own things.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where you get your interpretation
No, I,
from.
I, I am
These things have to
I
be
am saying to
properly
you,
interpreted.
I'm saying to you, it's you who's making up your interpretation. Where you are saying to me, where you get this
This
story from?
statement you have me reading, it could be interpreted multiple ways.
No, you
You're
see,
trying to
no, it
interpret
cannot,
it
it
in a
could not.
negative way.
You see, you should not, neither you, neither me, give multiple
So
way, either your
in
prophet.
our
So are you
religion,
saying to
we
me,
believe
your prophet is giving you a story of confusion?
you can't give Allah any human features. Right there alone, that's committing blasphemy against your religion,
So why,
because Allah
so
Allah
why,
can't have any
why,
human
you see,
features.
Allah, to distinguish if it's not Allah or Allah, is only the physical feature. So if Allah is not a man anyway, why the Muslim will think that this is Allah? He is not a man, according to you, right? So Muhammad is
He's
saying,
not a man,
you should
but he
know
can take it.
how
If
many,
he wanted to come to you, he could come in any form. He could come in the form of a man. He
Allah,
could come in a non-physical form. It,
Allah,
it just depends on how you wanted to come. But
Allah.
he's not a man himself. His form is not going to be a man.
Where you get
He's above this
where you get this from that Allah can come in the form of a man? Can you show me where you get this story from?
because he's all powerful. He can do anything that he wants.
Allah is all powerful. He can do whatever he wants. So
Correct.
I thought the Muslim, they reject Allah to be a man because that means he is going to go inside his creation. So what you are saying to me now, that Allah will create a man and then he will go inside the man. But I thought
No,
Islam
no, what
rejects.
I'm saying is
Uh-huh.
Allah doesn't have a physical form, as you were just saying a moment ago. But if he wanted to, he could take on a physical form because he's all powerful.
Are you sure you are a Muslim?
Yes, I'm not sure where you've gotten your interpretation from.
Okay, isn't it the Quran say Allah have hands, Allah have legs, Allah have foot?
No, we don't say that. I don't know where you're getting that from.
I heard from a Muslim friend, he is a Hindu.
CP, you got to be more direct with him. You
All
just
right,
skip that part and go straight to the Quran.
let's go to the Quran. So the Quran, all of it, saying that Allah have hands, Allah have feet. Like when Allah created Adam, did Allah use his hands to create Adam, or he used something else? This is the Quran, chapter 38, verse number 75, and you are saying to me, I don't know where you are getting this from, but this is your book. I created him with my both hands. Allah have two hands.
Well, I don't think I've read that part before, but even if he said with his two hands, he's not saying that he has a body. That's not what it means.
Well, it's not up to you. You see, when somebody saying he is not saying, that is your saying. You know, you are going against the words. The words saying, I created him with my both hands. Both
As I
hands.
said, it comes down to the interpretation from when the
Ag-
imams and everyone that I've grown up with, when they're teaching us, they explain to us that he does not have a physical form.
Are you
He's
Muslim?
not a human.
Are you a Muslim Sunni or Shia?
Sunni.
Well, every Sunni believe Allah has a physical form. So you cannot say the Imam teach us no, he don't have physical form. That's not true. Every
Maybe
Muslim
he
Sunni.
takes on a maybe it says he takes on a physical form, but that's
No, no,
different.
no.
He doesn't
No.
naturally
No
exist
Muslim,
in a
no,
physical
no, that's
form.
not true. There's no Muslim Imam will teach that a saying Allah will take a physical form. They say Allah is not even a spirit. He don't have a spirit. If he don't have physical form and he is not a spirit, so what is he? What he is?
So then why aren't you on national TV shows debating this with actual like scholars that have been actually passed down before
I
you?
debate every scholar. You know they don't dare to debate me. Bring them. Where are they? Who said I don't? Who told you I don't?
It sounds like they're probably doing that because you're not making the proper interpretation. I'm
I,
sorry to tell
no, you
you.
see,
It's a big thing when we're growing up.
my,
You have to have the
my
right
friend,
interpretation.
look what you are doing. I just showed you your prophet saying Allah is not one eye. So Allah, how many eyes he have? Two eyes. Allah have two hands. You know, you Muslims are making things up now. So you say to me the
We're
Imam
not making
saying,
things up. This is what
yes,
I'm trying to explain.
okay,
You have to have the right
can you show me
interpretation.
one Imam? Can you give me one Imam saying Allah don't have a physical form? So if Allah, let me make the question clear. According to Islam, Allah is not a spirit. According to you, he don't have a physical form. So if he is not a spirit and he don't have a physical form, so what is Allah? Nothing?
He exists above these. You can't use these type of qualities to describe him.
So if Allah, he used description saying my hands, my shin, my face, my back, you say to me we cannot use it? Allah, he use it. And again,
Well, like I said,
if Allah
you
don't
might
have
need
a
to
spirit,
interpret it a little bit differently than that.
you
I
see,
would say you'd really have to discuss it with like a real scholar.
yeah, the real scholars, they cannot answer those questions. I'm telling you, don't feel bad about yourself, because even scholars, they don't know what they are talking about, because you Muslim don't have God. You don't know who's your God. Like if I ask you right now what the word Allah mean, what Allah mean, you don't know. You have no idea what Allah mean. Tell me.
He's basically an all-powerful, all-knowing
I,
being.
I did not ask you if you're powerful or not. I'm talking about how many voltage he is. I said, what Allah mean? You don't know. You don't know what the word mean because this is not an Arabic word. And this is stolen from other culture, other religions. So you are taking names like
I mean,
what?
when not like a true Muslim, it would kind of be hard to understand, but ultimately, God existed before all of this. He existed before language. So
All
you
right.
can't use
No,
language or words to describe what
no,
he
my
is.
friend,
That would be,
you are
in
contra
our the way that we would look at it, that would be bringing him down to a human level now, and now you're actually disrespecting God. You can't use words like that to describe him. If you don't know what God is, bro, I can't help you. But
Okay.
for us, we know
You
what
see?
God
Okay.
is.
You say to
It's
me,
something
you keep saying to me,
you
Allah is all powerful, right? You keep saying that. How the powerful Allah do not know how the baby is created? He's all powerful. Can't Allah go to school, elementary school, and learn? So look what your God he says about how he created the baby. Remember, you keep saying to me, that's why I have to go here, that Allah is all powerful. Okay. The all powerful Allah do not know how little baby child is made. Chapter 23, verse number 14. What kind of God he say such a statement? That the nutfa, which means the sperm, the semen, become a piece of thick dead blood. And then the thick dead blood will become a clot. And the clot will become a lump. And then we made the little lump into flesh, bones. Is that how the baby is created? Remember,
I mean,
he's all powerful.
You're a medical school, bro.
yeah, I mean, what do you mean? The sperm and the egg mix together, and then that develops it
Hold on.
into that grows into all of the organs, the
You see?
flesh, the bones, everything. The baby.
I like you very much. You add words to the Quran. Where is the egg? It says nutfa. Nutfa is a semen. So the semen become a dead blood. In which science says you mentioned to me the egg, huh? But there's no egg here. So the semen become a dead blood. Which science says that the semen itself will become the baby? There's no egg. In fact, your prophet, he gave us even more knowledge about that, because I know now you will give me, depend how you give it interpretation. So let's see what Muhammad says about this. You're a prophet. Who knows Islam better than Muhammad? I'm sure you agree with me. You said Muhammad, right? How many days the semen can live inside the human being, inside the woman? According to science, 5 days. You can search it. 5 days maximum. According to your prophet, a human being will be collected in the form of semen for 40 days. 40 days. Semen. This is Sahih Muslim. I can show it to you from Al-Bukhari. So when the drop of semen remain in the womb for 40 or 45 nights, a drop of semen. So your prophetic claim that the semen of the man, the woman, she will be collecting semen for 40 to 45 nights. And then that semen will become a baby. Who is the one who gave him the knowledge about this? Allah. Remember, Allah is all powerful. So the power of Allah connected to what? Connected to his knowledge, because you can't be powerful and you are ignorant. The most important power of God is knowledge. Otherwise the cow is powerful too, but she don't have knowledge. And little gun can shoot the cow. So here,
So how are you translating this? Are you putting this in on Google Translate or?
no, this is your Muslim website. This is your Muslim website. This is Sahih Muslim. Hadith
Oh,
number 264.
okay.
I'm sharing the links with you. Here we go. Let me share the link with you in Discord. You can click on it. You can share it. You can show it to your know. So
It's Arabic. It's a
Allah,
native Arabic.
Allah,
That's
he
why you gotta
taught,
act.
and this is the Arabic. You want me to read Arabic? Here we go.
We're really, let's see.
It says,
He's Christian, but he has a PhD in Islam.
in fact, in Arabic, it's even more funny, because in English it doesn't show really. It says here, when the drop of semen remain in the womb. That's not really what Arabic says. In Arabic, it says that the angel will enter into the semen. The angel will enter into the semen. Read carefully. يدخل الملاك على النطفة بعدما تستقر في الرحم ب40 أو 45 ليلة. What kind of a prophet this prophet is? So remember, Allah is all knowledgeable. We can show you tons of stories. If Allah is all powerful, Allah is all whatever mighty. I mean, those are simple things. You do not need to be God to know them now. So this is God. When he talk wisdom. He don't talk rubbish. So if you do not know how he made the baby, that proved to us easy that he cannot be God. Very simple.
I mean, not really.
But
I mean,
so if I say to you I'm God, and then I tell you gibberish about how the baby is made, people are laughing at me. What do you mean not really? If I am God, shouldn't I know how the baby is made? Like, are you saying to me that this God, he make mistakes when he speak about how a baby is made? And you say to me, so what? Not really. Well, this cannot be. You're God. If a human being, he make a mistake, well, he's a human being, he's ignorant. I can read some words in English, I do not know how to read them, I make mistakes, people laugh at me, they say Christian Prince don't speak in English. No problem. But I am not God. God speaks all languages. God knows all the knowledge. All knowledge is coming from God anyway. There's nothing except God knowledge. So if God do not know how a baby made, if there is anyone in the world who believe that the semen will stay in the womb for 45 nights? Semen don't live that long, 5 days maximum. What 45 nights? And then the semen will become dead blood. So the semen will grow. The semen is alive for 45. The woman, she is collecting semen. And this is the knowledge of your prophet which is given to him by Allah. How that can be from God?
I mean, I can't really answer for that, but that still doesn't prove that Allah is wrong or he's not God.
My friend, I don't know what you're saying. Look, the drop remain in the womb for 40 nights, and then it become a blood. Do you see it? This is your prophet talking, and this is authentic.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that still doesn't prove that, my God is a false God.
So
And
if your God do not, if your
a lot of
God,
this stuff, I'm not really an expert. I was just trying to explain to my friend here that how the only person that could truly judge you is Allah, and He's the
all right,
one who
okay.
judges you on the day of judgment.
Let me ask you: is Allah just?